Good afternoon, folks. It's your boy Richie Richard. Today, in this video, it's a part 4 video on the 3rd generation Mustang. As you've seen in my last video for part 3, I was on transmissions, and I still had I was not done with the transmission yet, so I'm like halfway, I was like halfway done for this. So, sure, we're still on transmissions, so let's do it. Before I start, make sure you guys like this video, subscribe, comment below what you guys think, hit that notification bell, and hit all so you're alerted of when I make new uploads. Alright, without any further ado, let's get started. Alright, you go, so we're on transmission still, so where I left off, I talked about when the T5 was still available with a 4V carbureted induction system. So let's continue on where we left off. So here we go. for the 1985 model year. For the 1985 model year, the BorgWarner T5 gearbox was upgraded by BorgWarner to heavy duty status, also known as world class. The WC T5 was still only available with a 4-valve or 4V induction system. The AOD transmission was also still only available with CFI. CFI induction carried over from 1984, but shortly after the model year started, it received the exhaust system from the 4V/T5 engine and a 15 horsepower increase. In 1986, the HO 302 302 cubic inch 4.9 liter V8 engine was now sequentially fuel injected, or SEFI for short. So sequentially fuel injected, or like SEFI for short, and was available with either automatic or manual transmissions. Next up we got is motorsport. The Mustang became Ford's main challenger in the early years of Group A touring car racing in Europe and Australia. However, the 302 cubic inch 4.9 liter V8 engine was not a contender in the various European championships, but was replaced in 1985 by the turbocharged Ford Sierra XR4 Ti, also known as the Mercer Ti, Ford Ti. So this is the car. I'll admit they changed the name of it, but the car is still there. There it is. That's the one, which does kind of look like an XR3, which got no problem with that at all. So, however, the 302 cubic inch 4.9 liter V8 engine was not a contender in the various European championships, but was replaced in 1985 by the turbocharged Ford Sierra XR4 Ti, also known as the Merkur XR4 Ti. I'll show you again. Here it is. This is the one that looks kind of like the Sierra RS Cosworth, which I got no problem with that at all. Alright. Alright. Australian racing driver Richard Johnson, born April 26, 1945, age 78, in Brisbane in Queensland, Australia. So Australian Richard Johnson purchased two Mustangs built by the German Zakspeed team in mid-1984 for use through both 1985 and 1986 Australian touring car seasons as Ford Australia. So Ford Australia. So Australian Richard Johnson purchased two Mustangs built by the German Zakspeed team in mid-1984 for use through 1985 and 1986. So yeah, 1985 and 1985 and 1980, can't even talk, 1986 Australian touring car seasons as Ford Australia did not homologate either the Australian built Ford XE Falcon, which is this one right here. This is this is the car that Australia built. People think it's American, but technically it can also be Australian and British as well. Not a problem at all. So yeah, this is the car that they really built. I think so. It's in Australia. So yeah, did not homologate either the Australian-built Ford XE Falcon or its replacement. Oh man, the Ford XF Falcon. This one, I don't know. I really don't know. Like, really? I mean, like, I don't know. It's the Australian-built Ford XE Falcon or its replacement, the XF Falcon, for racing. Johnson had a race win in the Group A support. So in the Group A support race. So Group A support race for the 1985. So in 1985 Australian Grand Prix, as well as several placings in the 1985 and 1986 Australian Touring Car Championships. The Mustangs' competitive life in Group A came to an end at the end of 1986 and was replaced in 1987 by the European-designed turbocharged Ford Sierra RS Cosworth. And here's the car. That, I gotta say, it looks pretty good. It looks brilliant. Thumbs up. Nothing wrong with the Ford, especially the ones in Europe. So yeah, by the European-designed turbocharged Ford Sierra RS Cosworth. Okay, now we're on Mexico. So, which has not much info on there, so here we go. Mexico. The Fox Body Mustang was manufactured in Ford's Cuautitlán Izcalli, don't really know how to pronounce that, plant located in Mexico City. So yeah, Mexico City from 1979 to 1984. Sales from 1979 to 1984. Both the coupe or coupe and the compact or hatchback body styles were offered. This next part, I don't know. These Mexican-built Mustangs had a hybrid appearance from 1981 until 1984, using some Mercury Capri body parts. Hybrid? No way. There's no way they're putting hybrid systems on Mustangs. That's just recipe for disaster. So these Mexican-built Mustangs had a hybrid appearance from 1981 until 1984. Say 1981 to 1984, using some Mercury Capri body parts. Next up, we got is 1979 to 1982. The 1981 and 1982 models, both the coupe and the hatchback, received horizontally ripped Capri taillights, plus a Capri front fascia for the 1982 model. Say for the 1982 model. Next up we got is 1983 to 1984 coupe. The 1983 model had a Capri front fascia, whereas the 1984 model had the standard Mustang front fascia. A 1984 SVO coupe was also offered complete with SVO taillights. Next up is 1983 and 1984 hatchback. The Capri body style was used for the 1983-1984 hatchback models, which featured a bubble glass hatch liftgate, Capri taillights, and Capri wide fenders. Although 1984 models had the regular Mustang front fascia, an SVO option. So an SVO option was available for the 1984 model. Say 1984 model or version. Next up is, God, we're gonna have to rocky start, is the proposed replacement. What this one is just like, you know, I can't even explain this. I'm just gonna show you. I have no words for this at all. The Ford Probe. What? Why? I mean, they're good at doing Mustangs, but when it comes to these cars, standard-wise, I would rather walk than having to drive those. Seriously, I would rather walk or crawl. Literally, why do they make such horrible cars like these? Anyway, let's just get this over with. Proposed replacement. Here we go. Which is not much info on it anyway. By the mid-1980s, by the mid-80s, Mustang sales were slumping. Sales were over 100,000 units a year, but were minimal compared to previous numbers. Ford believed that the Mustang had lost its place in the market. They subsequently announced that they would replace the rear-wheel drive Mustang with a Mazda-derived front-wheel drive version. No way. You are literally gonna keep the rear-wheel drive. There's no way you're putting front-wheel drive on this. No way. Rear-wheel drive is a proper way. So they subsequently announced that they would replace the rear-wheel drive Mustang with a Mazda-derived front-wheel drive version. I believe that's MX-5, a conversion they're talking about. I don't know, Mazda Miata conversions they're doing. Mazda derived front-wheel drive version. I don't know. Anyways, Mustang fans quickly responded and sent Ford hundreds of thousands of letters asking them to continue production of the rear-wheel drive Mustang. I want that to still continue. Rear-wheel drive. That's part of its racing pedigree. That's the proper drivetrain. Literally, drifting is awesome. Literally, come on. Ford. Mustang fans quickly responded and sent Ford hundreds of thousands of letters asking them to continue production of the rear-wheel drive Mustang. Ford responded by continuing production of the rear-wheel drive Mustang and proceeded to rename the front-wheel drive version as the Probe, which ended up being a replacement for the for the Escort-based Ford EXP, also called the Ford Escort EXP, which is this one right here. Here it is. To me, it kind of looks like the original 90s Mustang. Well, it's a little bit different. Well, different body shape and all that stuff. Ford responded by continuing production of the rear-wheel drive Mustang and proceeded to rename the front-wheel drive version as the Probe, which ended up being a replacement for the Escort-based Ford EXP. Next up we got is 1987 and 1987 and 1993. So we're almost there. Still got a little bit left. Just got the production figures to do, and boom, we're done finally. So hopefully we can get this done, and let's do it. Alright, so 1987 to 1993 versions. So here we go. Alright, so here we go. Here we go. In August 1986, the Mustang received a facelift for the 1987. That's right, 1987 model year. 1987 model year on both the interior and exterior. The front end was restyled to look more like the SVO, which gave the car more of an aero look, an aero look, which spelled AERO. It's like taking out dynamics and leaving aero. So yeah, aero look. In keeping with Ford's overall modern styling direction, the interior received an all-new dash, center console, and revised seat and door trim. With the SVO discontinued, models were now pared down to both the LX and GT. Taillights on the LX were revised with clear lenses for the turn signals, while the GT now wore specific body-colored triple louvered lenses. The quarter glass windows lost their louvers and now sported a single larger flush piece of glass lettered with Mustang at the bottom rear corners. The GT models featured new round fog lamps or fog lights and gained aerodynamic lower body side skirting, as well as a new turbine style 15-inch 380 millimeter wheels. The 302 cubic inch 409 not 400 sorry sorry 4.9 liter, rounded up as a 5 liter uh, 5 liter Mustangs became popular with the aftermarket performance industry. The V6 option was discontinued, while the 2.3 liter 4-cylinder gained fuel injection, leaving only the 2.3 liter 4-cylinder and the 302 cubic inch 4.9 liter or 5 liter V8. V8 powered Mustangs received E7TE, so they received E7TE heads and forged aluminum or aluminium pistons with valve reliefs in 1987. Same with valve reliefs in 1987 as opposed to the flat tops used in the previous year. The E7 cylinder heads were sourced from the truck line after the 1986 swirl port design demonstrated performance problems. So power ratings increased to 168 kilowatts, somewhere around there, roughly. So 168 kilowatts. So 168 kilowatts, 228 PS, 225 horsepower. Then I guess that's what it started out with, 225 horsepower and 300 pound-feet, 410 newton meters of torque. I mean, element of power output is a bit weak, but torque-wise, that's pretty good. I mean, 300 pound-feet, 410 newton meters of torque. Wait. I was meant to do the newton meters first, and then I was gonna do pound-feet. 410 newton meters, 300 pound-feet. That's pretty good. Of torque. So you have torque. No major changes were seen for 1988, although the T-top roof option for hatchbacks was discontinued mid-year. For 1989, the Mustang's speed density computer system was replaced with a mass air system. 1988 Mustangs sold in California. That's where I want to move to one day. So 1988 Mustangs sold in California also had the MAF system. This change slightly reduced factory horsepower. So yeah, this change slightly reduced factory horsepower, but it made Mustangs much easier to modify. With the mass air system, changes made to the intake, engine, and exhaust system would be recognized and compensated for by the ECU, resulting in a correct air-fuel ratio and optimum power. Ford's only gesture at a 25th anniversary Mustang was a small passenger side dashboard emblem with a galloping horse logo affixed to all models built between March 27th, 1989 and the end of model year 1990. Finally, in 1989, Ford Resources began to focus on the next Mustang due to its debut in late 1993. Through its retirement in late 1993. Through its retirement in 1993, there would be few changes in the model line, but the changes would be visual. I was gonna say visible, but visual is the actual word. So visual. For 1990, so the start of the early 90s, the very start. So for 1990, Mustang added a new steering wheel featuring an airbag and a revised lower driver's side dash panel with knee bolster. The available tilt steering wheel, however, was discontinued in favoring of the revised airbag equipped with a revised airbag equipped steering column. A limited run of a 4.9 liter 302 cubic inch, 5 liter technically, equipped LX convertibles, all painted emerald green metallic with white convertible tops, Oxford white leather interiors featuring GT seats and 15-inch turbine alloy wheels were produced from a NCAA, which stands for National, this word is going to be tough to pronounce, so I'm going to have to do some translating. So what's the...
Collegiate.
Alright, National, for an NCAA, which stands for National Collegiate Athletic Association, half-court shot contest sponsored by soda brand 7-Up. That's cool. Yeah, I'm a 7-Up enthusiast. Dope. And Mountain Dew as well. So yeah, it's kind of weird because I don't talk about sodas on videos anyways. But you might have seen them before. Anyways, well, I might have actually talked about them before, but that was long ago. But things have changed for me. So, anyway, let's move on. Sponsored by soda brand 7-Up. I also like Mountain Dew and Sprite. But the event was canceled shortly before it was scheduled to begin. Ford, already having produced 4,103 cars, 2,743, 2,743 with the AOD 4-speed, so 4-speed automatic, overdrive, and 1,360 with the T5 5-speed manual transmission, released them for dealer availability. Revamped interior quarter panels for the 1990 model year did away with the side armrests for rear seat passengers, but gained larger speaker panels. Door map pockets and clear coat paint also became standard for the 1990 Mustang, along with the availability of optional leather interior trim. So, the 1991 model year changes to the 2.3 liter inline-4 engines included an increase in horsepower from 88 to 105 due to a revised cylinder head with 2 spark plugs per cylinder. So 2 spark plugs per cylinder, also known as dual ignition. Also known as dual ignition. Base model Mustang prices exceeded $10,000 for the first time, and sales began to drop. A revised roof for the convertible allowed the top to fold closer to the body. V8 equipped models received new This is my favorite part. 16-inch 5-spoke star alloy rims, which is cool. In 1993, Ford switched to cast. Oh, this word. Half of it I can say it. The other half, not quite.
Hyperutectic.
Shout out Australian. Cast hyperutectic pistons for all 302 cubic inch 5-liter, I was going to say 4.9, but 5-liter engines, and also re-rated to GT to 153 kilowatts, 208 PS, 205 horsepower, and 275 pound-feet, or foot-pounds, or pound-feet, I was saying. So 275 pound-feet, 373 newton meters of torque. This estimate was more accurate given the precious power ratings were made before the addition of the mass airflow system. Minor revisions in the camshaft profile and other various small changes made throughout the production run. The individual rear power window switches mounted within the quarter panel speaker grills and the back seat of convertible models were removed. Control for the rear power windows was now relegated to the driver's door. Say to the driver's door switch panel. The black bumper rubber strips and side moldings on LX models were now body colored, similar to the 1990 7-Up Mustang for 1992. Ford produced 2,193 special spring editions 1992 to like the middle, so 1992 to half. So it's like between the start and like the middle of 1992, I think. I don't know. LX 4.9 liter, 302 cubic inch convertible. That's right, convertible with a vibrant red exterior and Oxford white leather interiors. Also for 1993, limited edition models featured a chrome yellow exterior with a black or white leather interior, or a vibrant white exterior with a white leather interior. That one, that can mess up easily. Because, sometimes with, white shirts and all that stuff, and, interiors for cars, and even paintwork, they can easily get messed up, and it will take such a long time to wash off. Sometimes it would not work, other times it would work. It depends on how well you do it, how well you clean the car and the interior and all that stuff. Under the newly established Ford SVT division, the 1993 Ford Mustang SVT Cobra was offered with the 302 cubic inch 4.9 liter, 5-liter V8 that produced a bit more power, 175 kilowatts, 238 PS, 235 horsepower at 5,000 RPM, and 386 newton meters, 285 pound-feet of torque. So 386 newton meters, 285 pound-feet of torque at 4,000 RPM, featuring more subdued styling than the GT. Featuring more subdued styling than the GT, the Cobra used Ford's new GT40 high-performance engine equipment. A Cobra R model was also produced for 1993. For 1993, that used the same engine as the regular Cobra. It featured larger brakes, pulled ahead from the new for 1994 Mustang Cobra. Coney shocks and struts, engine oil cooler, power steering cooler, and rear seat delete. It says also known as like the rear seats have been removed for lightness. Options such as air conditioning and a stereo system were not available on the Cobra R. Unbelievable. Production of the third generation Mustang concluded in September 1993. So that was the last year they made the Mustangs. They didn't make them anymore. So yeah, production of the third generation Mustang concluded in September 1993. So production of the third generation Mustang concluded in September 1993. The 1993 Mustang was the first for a CD player to be optional from the factory. Finally, 1993 also marked the end of the official SSP police/government Mustangs, though some agencies continued buying standard Mustangs for either undercover or highway interceptor use. Undercover is also known as like a covert operation. So for those who don't know what it is, some of you might know it. For those who don't know it, I'll just explain it to you. It's also known as covert operation. A covert operation or undercover operation is a military or police operation involving a covert agent or troops acting under an assumed cover to conceal the identity of the party responsible. Some of the covert operations are also clandestine operations which are performed in secret and meant to stay secret, though many are not. So in other words, they are still like for example police, but they're dressed up as like normal human beings, like undercover. So yeah, finally 1993 also marked the end of the official SSP police/government Mustangs, though some agencies continued buying standard Mustangs for either undercover or highway interceptor use. And last up, finally we got production figures, so let's get this done. Wow, let's do it. So this is for each of these years. This is going to take forever to do. So let's do it. So production figures. Alright, so Ford Mustang production figures. So we got notchback, hatchback, and convertible. So, for 1979, they sold for notchbacks 213,017 of those. Hatchback, 156,920. And they didn't sell any convertibles. They didn't sell any convertibles for 1980, 1981, and 1982. So total in 1979 is a yearly total 369,937 cars. It says 1979, 1980, notchback 152,540. Says notchback, hatchback $118,782. Yearly total, 271,322. That was those cars, so a little bit less, but still a lot. Next up, 1981. Notchback, 90,880. So 90,880 for notchback. Hatchback, 91,672. So a little bit more. Say 91,672. A yearly total, 182,552. So it's 1981. 1982, 51,144 for notchback. Hatchback, 79,274. So hatchback it is. Yearly total, 130,418 cars. 1983 for notchback, 33. So 1983, 33,201. So 33,201 for notchback for 1983. Hatchback, 64,234. Hatchback. Convertible. Finally, this whole convertibles, 23,438. Yearly total, 120,873. Next up is 1984. Notchback, 37,680. Hatchback, 86,200. Convertible, 17,600. Yearly total, 141,480. Next up, 1985. Notchback, 56,781. Hatchback, 84,623. Convertible, 15,110. Yearly total, 156,514. 1986, none for notchback and none for convertibles, only for hatchback, 117,690. A yearly total, 224,410. What? Maybe they didn't really have it. Like, maybe they didn't add it. I don't know. That's for 1986. 1987. So 1987. 58,100 for notchback. Hatchback, 80,000. So 80,000 and 717 for hatchback. Convertible, 20,328. Yearly total, 159,145. Says 1987. 1988. So we're almost there. Well, not really, but we're still got a long way to go. 71,890 for notchback. Hatchback, 74,331. Convertible, 33,344. Yearly total, 179,565. 1988 is done. Next up, 1989. Notchback is 42,349. So it's notchback. Hatchback, 105,692. That's hatchback complete. Convertible, 40,518. So the yearly total is 188,559. So that's 1989. Now, 1990. Notchback, 17,808. So we're dropping slightly. Well, a lot. 17,808 for notchback. Hatchback, 71,798. Hatchback. Convertible, 25,624. Yearly total is 115,230. So that's 1990 done. 1991 is next. Notchback, 16,846. Hatchback, 53,358. So yeah, So hatchback, 53,358. Convertible, 20,181. Yearly total is 90,385. Next up is 1992. For notchback, 13,836. Hatchback, 36,818. Says hatchback. Convertible, 22,546. Now, yearly total is approximately 73,200. Cool. And last up is 1993. So, notchback, 23,579. So 23,579 for notchbacks in 1993. Hatchbacks, 65,220. So 65,220 for hatchbacks. And convertibles, 26,560. Yearly total is 115,359. Now we got the total. I'm gonna have to do some maths, which is gonna take a long time for this. Alright, so in total for the notchback, they sold 879,651 of those cars. Alright, now for the convertibles. $23,438. Yep. Alright. Alright, so for the convertible, they sold 245,249 cars. Well, alright, now let's calculate all this. So 879,651 plus, oh my god, 1,287,328 plus 245,249 cars. So in total is 2,412,228 cars. Alright. So for a yearly total, that is 2,518,948 cars. I'll show you just now. Here it is. So right here on the yearly side, check it out, all these numbers until you get to the total right here. That's right, 2,518,000, I think it is. So yeah, 2,518,948 cars they have sold. All right, let's finish this off. For 1986, the total production of notchbacks, so both notchbacks and convertibles, is 106,720 cars. Separate production figures were not provided. So separate production figures were not provided. All right, finally, yes. Now I finally finished it. And that is it. Wow. Let's go. Sorry it took forever. It's just, you know how these Mustang videos take? They take so long. Literally, like, it reminds me of that 5th generation Mustang that I talked about, like, God, months ago. Months ago I talked about this. And it's just crazy to believe. And I even drawn. Did I show you this before? If I have, then I don't know. If I haven't shown you this, then like, if I have shown you this, I apologize if I have. But if I have not, then here it is. Just a little memento. It's just, yeah, if you can see those green lines, it's just I outlined the car. Had a little bit left over, but oh well. No worries. I mean, like, here it is. It took a little bit of a long time to do this, but at least I managed to get this done, so that's important. So, what do you guys rate this car out of? From like 1 to 5? Actually, 1 to 10? Comment down below what you guys rate this car. Because to me, I would give this a solid I'll give it an 8. I mean, it is still good. Like, I'll give it an 8, but the way I drew it was a little bit crooked. And I might have not finished outlining some of the details, like, all around, like, the hood part, or bonnet part, and, like, the wheels as well. So, but, hey, at least I managed to get this done. That's important. And also, very soon, very, very soon, I'll be getting my console, my Xbox, here at my place. If you guys see my gaming videos at my other place, I'll be getting all of this here. And I want to do, like, a little bit of an important test, a scientific test. Do Xbox 360 games work with Xbox Ones? That's a little bit of a test I would want to try. And I even got I got a bunch of old games that I want to have go at trying. There's a lot I have got. So first one I got is Disney Infinity, but inside it has Payday 2, which saw for the first time. I haven't played it yet, but I want to give this a go. So it's kind of weird, but a friend of mine long ago bought this over and hasn't got it back yet, but oh well. So Disney Infinity, but it has Payday 2. So yeah. Payday 2. I also got Connect Sports Season 2, but this one, the disc is all scratched up. All these scratch marks you can see all around. That it will not work at all. And I don't even have a Connect system at all. I also got Connect Adventures. So let's see the condition of the game. Yeah, the condition looks flawless. There's no scratches or nothing, so that's good. I also got, this game was just like the worst game ever. I hated this game so much. This one just scared the life out of me. Borderlands 2. We also got, this one you might have recognized, Call of Duty 4 Modern Warfare. You have seen my gaming videos before on Call of Duty before. No need to test this out because I know how to play this game. I played it before. It was awesome. And this next one is my favorite one. Forza Motorsport 4. Now this game came out in like, when did it come out? 2009, I think? So, Motorsport. 2011, sorry. I thought it was 2009 because of the car, the Ferrari 458 Italia, but they also had another version of the Ferrari, the Spider, or convertible, which is the same car, but it's just changed a little bit of the styling. So Motorsport 4, 2011, which I haven't played before, but one day I want to try. So, it even has Top Gear for this. Look at that. Genius. I've seen Top Gear a lot. It's brilliant. So it shows everything on her, including the stag right here. Here's a Top Gear quote. Enjoy Top Gear content, including Auto Vista narration from Jeremy Clarkson, Top Gear Test Track, inspired challenges, and more. I don't know, but we'll find out. Anyways, that is it. So, if you guys like this video, like and subscribe. Comment below what you guys think. Hit that notification bell and hit all. and hit all so you're alerted of when I make new uploads. And comment down below what else you guys want me to do. I got a lot of things planned, but I want you guys to decide what I can do. So for the next video, I don't know what I'll do, but I'll find out what I can do for my next video. But I don't know. I'll see what I can do. Alright, I gotta get going. I'll see you guys soon in my next video. Until then, stay safe, have a fantastic day, and I'll see you guys soon in the next video. Take care, folks. Peace.